You know what's funny to me? How we still feel for puppets to this day. Things that you bring to life just by moving its mouth up and down can actually feel real, even though we know they're just flimsy controlled objects moved around by various puppeteers off screen. Sometimes they can make us laugh, they can scare the bleep out of you, more so if it's lasting a longer time. They can make us think about certain things, or maybe they can be just weird. Now in this video, I'm going to be reviewing an episode of a certain 80s puppet show that's out of this world! Literally. And believe it or not, the late and great Jim Henson had nothing to do with this one. It's called ALF. Oh, and by the way, ALF stands for Alien Life Form. Just thought I'd let you know. Paul Fusco's puppet sitcom about the titular alien crash landing on Earth and living in the house of the Tanner family became an interesting media franchise, I will say. And one of its episodes that I'm about to review, It's Not Easy Being Green, is also that, though whether or not that's a good thing we'll get into, but I'll do so after the plot summary. Brian Tanner is getting ready to sing an asparagus song in an asparagus costume with another student named Spencer who likes to make him forget the lyrics to the song they sang. Brian at first doesn't want to sing at the Franklin Elementary School until Alf privately gives him a lucky Don Quixote's tooth to use on stage. However, Brian fails to put it in his back pocket, leaving it behind, and so Alf makes numerous calls to have someone deliver the tooth for him, but with no luck each time. Meanwhile, at the Franklin Elementary School, Brian eventually realizes that his tooth is missing and he is scared to go sing again because of that. However, Willie Tanner, the dad of the family, explains to the cute little son of his that courage actually comes from within you. After Spencer fails to make the audience laugh with his jokes to stall for time, Brian helps him feel better by having him remember the lyrics they would sing. When the performance finally comes on, the duo actually succeed in their song singing, and the episode concludes with Brian coming home with his family to report to our alien friend that he did it independently without some dumb good luck charm after Alf was about to attempt to bring the tooth in the asparagus costume himself. Weren't the 80s simpler times back then? Good! Okay, can we all just appreciate how cute Brian is in this show? I mean, he's a little naive and kind kid from simpler times back then. I like this episode's message of how you don't need a good luck charm to do great things. Something I think kids can tastefully pick up on. The humor in this special is witty and I think smart. I mean, it's nice that you still got Willie being the straight man to Alf's antics. I couldn't want it any other way. I even like how in this episode, Alf actually cares about Brian's problems and is willing to help him through them. Spencer makes for a decent bully character to Brian, and he is actually willing to soften up by the episode's climax, which I really appreciate. Bad! As far as negative factors go, aside from the possibility that Kermit the Frog would see the title of this episode and feel like he's been copy-pasted, the intro of this episode about Alf, Lynn, the daughter of the Tanner family by the way, and Willie doing a rap followed by Alf making an annoying mating call has no point to the story being told throughout. You could have had something relevant that sets up what's about to go down once the title sequence is over or something, but no. It's probably to do something that Paul Fusco thought would work in an episode like this, but it doesn't. Thanks for the filler, yo. Also, there's a moment where Alf says to Willie that Brian is in the kitchen boning the salmon for him. Alf? I'm pretty sure it's deboning the salmon. Unless you're telling me that the salmon has already had its bones taken out and Brian's just putting them back in because Alf apparently likes bones, then I don't know how they didn't know their verbs when making this episode, you know? Another issue is that there are numerous songs being played as the episode builds them up to one or so of them being performed at Brian's asparagus show. But the song that was sung there was an out-of-nowhere song that he and Spencer apparently know the lyrics to. Did something happen off screen that made the two kids somehow decide that this was the song they were performing? Because if so, that's not good writing at all. In summary, It's Not Easy Being Green is not that bad of an episode of ALF, that might make adults who watch this as kids feel nostalgic for the school plays that they might have done in their elementary schools. I know this because that actually happened to me when I was in first grade doing the Three Little Pigs play, only in this case, it was in my teacher's classroom. Anyway, there may be at least one thing for anyone to admire about this episode, especially that this is the first time in the series we get to hear Alf's real first name, Gordon. Pretty cool, huh? So with that said, since green is my favorite color, I'm going to give this episode 4 fingers out of 5. Alright everyone, that's it for this review. If you liked it, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and or whatever else you feel like doing. I'm the Purple Mario, and eat your greens, kids. They're good for you.